So today's topic is going to be building strong glutes for anti-aging. So we're going to be working out with bare feet today. So we only need a chair. That's going to be our only prop for the day. So you can either go get a card table chair, something that's nice and stable that you can use on the ground that it doesn't move around. So today we're going to get started. We're going to talk about again, and we're going to work out building glutes. So your glutes are your buns, your rear end, whatever you want to call it. It's one of the largest muscles on your body. You might have spent a lot of time sitting lately. Maybe you're working from home, maybe you're retired, maybe you're not comfortable with going out, so you've spent a lot of time sitting on your rear end. So we want to do things that keep our rear end strong. When your glutes are strong, it prevents you from falling forward. When your glutes are strong, it creates a pelvic area here that keeps you more stable, keeps you less apt to fall, keeps you full of body awareness. So when you're working this area here, whether it be the top of the lower back, the front of your legs, the bottom of your rear end, all this is connected in your whole pelvic girdle. So today, we're going to start out with a little bit of a warm-up. Just get the whole body, a little more muscle movement, a little more blood flow to the body, and then we're going to do some exercises that target just the glutes. So let's start out with just shoulder rotations. If you spend a lot of time sitting, your shoulders are probably tight. From the side, a lot of people are leaning forward when they're walking. Ears are in front of their shoulders, which means you've got a little strain on your lower back. Let's really practice standing up nice and tall, pulling that belly in tight, shoulders back, and we're going to rotate the shoulders and just get a little bit of movement right here. Now we're going to go forward with the same motion. Anytime you can keep your body moving, I mention to people regularly, it's great to set a timer. Now you're going to pretend you're swimming. So setting a timer, if you know you're going to be sitting for more than a half an hour, get up and just do some very slow motions. Pretend you're swimming. Stand up and sit back down in the chair. Walk up and down the stairs 10 times. Do 10 jumping jacks. Do a couple push-ups against a table. Do a couple body weight squats. Anything to keep that sedentary body from getting too tight and too stiff. Now let's go backwards. We all know that if you're very unconditioned, something as simple as going out and planting a couple flats of flowers might keep you sore for days. If you're sore from doing very minimal tasks, that means you've really got to start engaging your body a little more often, whether it be walking and using muscles or a regular strength training workout. All that is going to benefit you as you age. So now we're going to do a body weight squat. We will start out in the chair. So I'm going to go through the importance of the form of a squat. So when you do a squat, a lot of people say they can't squat because they have bad knees. Well, usually you have bad knees because you have weak muscles. So start sitting in a chair with your feet slightly out in front of you. The motion of a squat from a standing position is to hinge your hips backward and then to drive your heels through the floor as you push your hips upward. So you'll go from this position to hinging the hips forward, hinging the hips back to hinging the hips forward. So if I ask somebody to do a squat, most of the time people do this. See how my knees are tracking forward? That actually doesn't feel good on my knees, and I don't have bad knees. So what you want to pay attention to is your rear end going back first, tapping the chair, hips coming all the way forward. Now if you have a better sense of balance, you're a little bit stronger and have good quads, what that's going to look like without the chair is this. And the lower you go, the little bit more muscle you engage. So let's just go for 10 of these. You can do them into a chair. I'm going to do them from the side so that you can see the proper form. And notice again, my knees do not track over the front. So we're still going back to talking about strengthening the glutes. Be very mindful when you go back, your hips go backward. When you come up to the standing position, you squeeze the back of your rear end. So let's go for 8 more of those. So back 1, back 2, back 3, back 4, 5, 6, last 4, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Already you can feel your heart rate getting up a little bit. When you lower your body from the ground up, makes that blood flow, makes your heart pump. Also feel that a little bit in the front of the legs and the back of the glutes. So now we're going to just keep the upper body going a little bit. We're going to go back to our mock rows that we regularly do, pulling the shoulder blades back, reaching forward. So we're stretching the back this way, opening up the chest and opening up the shoulders through the front at the top. Let's go for 10 of those. So reach, back, 2, back, 3, back, 4, open, 5, open, 6, open, as if you got an imaginary band, 7, 8, pull those shoulders back, 9, and 10. Now we're going to do something called a good morning. I will show you from the side. So you're going to stand up nice and tall, hips are in line with your shoulders, ears are directly over your shoulders, hands are in this position behind your head. You're going to pick a spot about 8 feet in front of you, and you're slowly going to bend forward and then hinge the hips all the way forward at the top. So you're bending forward, stretching out the lower back and the back of the hamstrings, which is connected to your rear end. When you come back to a standing position, you squeeze your rear end as you lift your shoulders up. Don't crane your neck backward and forward. Just look at a spot about 8 feet in front of you on the floor. Hands right here. We're going to do that for 8. So all the way down. And that's 1, 2, 3, really squeeze at the top. 4, 5, you can really feel that stretch in the back of the hamstrings. 6, 7, and 8. I believe I said let's do 8. Okay, now we are going to lay down on the ground on our backs, and we are going to stretch out the hip flexors while we are engaging the glutes. So if you've got your card table chair right there, that's fine. You can put your feet on the floor in front of it. We're going to use the chair in a minute. So lay down on your back, right here. Palms are right here. All you're going to do is press your hips upward while you squeeze your glutes, and at the top of the motion, press your knees out. So you're going to engage not only your glutes, you're going to engage the side of your hips as well. We're going to do that for 10. So ready? 1, 2. Really squeeze at the top. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the last 2, 9, and 10. Now you can put your feet on the top of your chair. This is going to engage the back of the hamstrings a little bit more while engaging the glutes. Make sure your chair is nice and stable. We're going to do 5 straight up with both feet. So 1, lower, 2, lower, 3, lower, 4, and 5. Now you're going to cross your left ankle over your right knee. So we're only going to be pressing up with a single side. You also get a deep stretch on the outside of the hip on the left side. Right foot stays on the chair. You're going to press your hips up for 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Definitely feel that in the back of the hamstrings. Other side, switch over, cross the right heel over the left knee. Palms are flat. Make sure your chair is stable. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. Roll over. You might have to move your chair out of the way. We're going to go into a table position with all fours. Now we're going to take that left heel and we're going to press it up and we're going to pulse for 8. So again, we are stretching out the front of the hip flexor, but we are engaging the glute. Keep your mind on squeezing that left side of your rear end. Going with the left side first for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Sit back with your toes together, separate your knees, sit back on your heels, and we're going to do a lower back stretch just for a moment. So when you're going to walk your hands out, forehead to the ground, you're going to take 3 nice deep breaths while you're pressing your hips back and pressing your shoulders down. Walk your fingertips out, 3 big deep breaths. Slowly come up to a stand, and we're going to take our chair, we're going to turn our chair around. So once again, I can't stress enough, make sure your chair is not going to slide around on the floor. You can have it on a yoga mat, maybe you're on carpeting, maybe you're on a hardwood floor. Just make sure that your chair is not sliding up from underneath you. So right here, I have to make sure I'm not going to kick anything. We're going to pull our knee up and then kick back. We're going to do this for 8. So knee up, back, 2, back, 3, back. Again, right here we are squeezing this glute as we extend that leg. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm sure that you're also noticing while you're extending your left leg, you're feeling the back of the hamstring on the right leg tightening up, stretching out. Feels really good to get the blood flowing. So now you're balancing on the left leg, right knee comes up and out for 8. Really extend and squeeze that glute. Knee up, 2, up, 3, up, 4, up, 5, up, 6, up, 7, up, 8. Awesome. Make sure your chair's just out of the way a little bit. Now we're going to go into a plie squat. So with a plie squat, you're standing up nice and tall. Elongate right through here. Imagine that you've got a string attached to your breastbone, so your chest is up, shoulders are back. We're actually going to do a prisoner plie squat. So plie, I don't know if anyone of you have ever done ballet or have grandkids or kids that do ballet. Feet are wide. Your weight should be a little bit more on your heels. Toes are pointing out. This way we target the inner thighs and we're still targeting the glutes. So we're going to be here. This is the prisoner position. So we're going to go down and then all the way up. So again, from the side, our rear end goes out and down. So you're going to look like this. And hips all the way forward at the top. Let's do 8 of those. So toes are out, heels are stable, rear end is going back towards the floor or the chair right here. So down, 1. Squeeze the glutes strong at the top. Down, 2, down, 3, down, 4. I'm sure you feel the inner thighs stretching. 5, down, 6, down, 7, down, 8. So that targets the inner thighs and the glutes. Swing your chair around. I'm going to grab a sip of water. So now we're going to go into squatting into a chair, but with a very light tap. So I don't want you to thud into the chair with all your weight. I want you to very slowly be able to control a light tap and all the way up. When you work nice and slow, it's an isometric style exercise where you're squeezing, being very mindful and very aware of your muscles. So let's start seated. Let me pull the chair up a little bit here. So So we're gonna start seated. Feet are out in front of me. We don't want this position because then my knees are in front of my toes. We want feet stable. You're gonna drive the heels into the ground as you slowly come to a stand, and then you're gonna slowly sit. So we're gonna do this for 6, nice and slow. So you're gonna go all the way up, squeeze, all the way down with a light tap, all the way up, 2, down with a light tap, up for 3, down with a light tap, 4, all the way down, 5, and 6. Now we're going to do that with a single leg. We're not going to go as slow because some of you might not be able to actually lift your body. So the idea is, again, pushing the heel through the ground engages your glutes. Your glutes are super strong. When you have weak glutes, not only does it not look good, it creates an imbalance in your body. When you have strong glutes and a strong posterior chain, you are less apt to fall forward because you're more erect and you're standing up stronger. So let's start seated on the edge of the chair. Right leg is planted into the ground. Heel is going to push into the ground. This leg is slightly out. You're going to pop up to a stand and sit back down. Now you might only be able to do this. That's okay. Don't give up. If it's impossible to get your rear end even off the bench the littlest bit, grab a pillow, grab something that doesn't move around that gives you a little bit more height. The idea is you're going to press up and then all the way down. So this is using the front of the leg and the glutes to stand up straight. Think of driving that heel in and down. Let's go for 4 more. Drive that heel in and down. Drive that heel in and down. Heel driven in and down. Now, one thing you might have your arms flailing around, you're trying to move, you've got the arms moving everywhere. Think of when your arms are moving around, so is your upper body. The idea is we want to be in control, we want to be strong, and we want to be balanced. So what you're going to do is when you come to the stand, lock your arms down next to the side of you. So now I'm going to do the other side. I'll turn my chair this way. We're going to the left side. So again, you're reaching slightly forward, you're pressing your chest up, driving the heel into the ground, coming to a stand. Arms are at my side locked and down. We're going to do 5 more. Press and down. Press, lock it out and down. Press and down. Press and down, and let's do 1 more. Drive that heel in, lock the arms out at the sides, and stand. Move my chair over here. Now we're going to do 10 regular classic bodyweight squats. Hands can be on your hips, hands can be straight out. From the side, this is going to look like this. So your rear end's going all the way back, and again, the knees do not come forward. The knees are tracking behind the feet. Rear end is back, and you're not like this. When you're like this, you're more apt to fall forward, especially for men. Men have usually bigger upper bodies, a little more weight in their chest and their back. The minute you're leaning forward like this, you're already going forward. Keep your glutes tight, keep them super strong. So we're going to go for 10 bodyweight squats. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Squeeze those glutes at the top. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Definitely feel this in the front of the quads, the front of the legs. Feel it right here. You might even feel it in your lower back a little bit, just because you're getting your body in that lower position. All right. We're going to do a little bit more balancing, which keeps, when you're using one leg, it keeps the other glute tight. So we're going to be here, elbow up, and step. Here, step. So when you're in this position, right here, I'm feeling it here, and I'm feeling it here. Let's go for 10. Here, 1, 2, 3. Nice and slow. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Move the chair out of the way completely. We're going to do something called a curtsy lunge. So a lot of people also think, again, that they cannot do lunges because they have bad knees. So what it looks like from the side, so you're going to go behind you. From the front, it's going to look like this. So back and back. I want you to go nice and slow. What this does is it targets the outside of the glutes, a little bit of the center, and a little bit of the hip area. So when we work any muscle, we've got to work the entire group. Can't just target one little spot on the bicep. You want to hit the tricep. You want to hit the shoulder. When you're working the front of the legs, you have to be sure to work the back of the legs. So all the things that we do create a more balanced body that has a little bit more strength, able to stand, lift, move, do all those functional movement things that you do in everyday life. So let's go back to that curtsy lunge. So I'm standing a little bit in front of the mat because I want my feet to go sideways behind me, nice and slow. My chest is going to stay up. We're going to go for 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now again, let's go back to that plie position, a little bit wider, toes are out, heels are inward, and still we're going to go straight down with our rear end going back slightly. This is targeting the inner thighs and the glutes. We're going to do prisoner style again. If you want, you can be like this. If you want it like this, it's fine. The level of difficulty is a little bit harder when you're right here. Plus, it makes you stand up a little straighter. So let's go for 10. Toes are out, rear end goes back. So 1, all the way up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Squeeze at the top. 8. Keep that chest up. 9. And 10. Awesome. We're going to lay down back on the floor again. We're going to work the front of the hip flexors to stretch them out while we're squeezing the glutes. So down on your back. You don't need the chair anymore, so you can move the chair. We'll start out with a little hug. Hug the knees to the chest for a moment. A couple deep breaths. Plant the feet really close to your rear end. Palms are down here. Try not to use your arms to push your hips up. Try to literally lift your hips up by squeezing your glutes and pressing your hip bones straight up evenly into the ceiling. You might find that you have a little bit of an imbalance in one side or another. Drive the heels into the ground to press your hips up. Let's go for 10, a little bit slower this time. So 1, 2. Lower slowly. 3, 4. A little bit of a hold at the top. 5, 6. You should feel a little bit of tightness in your rear end right now. 7, 8, 9. And this time we're going to hold at the very top. Press your knees out. We're going to hold for a count of 10. So lift, knees are out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep squeezing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower. Hug your knees to your chest for a moment. Come slowly up to a seated position. We're going to do a little bit of a cool down, stretch out those muscles that got contracted. So when you're squeezing a muscle, you're contracting it. When you're stretching it, you're elongating it. So for all the heavy duty weightlifters out there that don't stretch, that contraction, contraction, contraction over time can end up with a bound up, knotted up set of muscles. So the best thing to do is to keep your body supple and flowing Introducing yoga, introducing stretching or self-care with different tools. Massage tools are fantastic too to keep those muscles pliable and strong. So sit up super tall, hold the front of your toes. Right now we're just gonna breathe in through our nose and exhale through our mouths. And one more time, we're also stretching the inner thighs. You might feel this in your lower back. Put your heels slightly forward in this position, so your knees aren't going to go all the way down. Sit up super, super tall. You're gonna reach up overhead and reach up to the ceiling, and you're gonna fold forward, and you're gonna try to reach the floor in front of you. Drop your chin all the way down. This is gonna really stretch from your tailbone all the way up to your neck. So you're really elongating the spine. You're gonna feel it slightly in the hips. So we're gonna reach up high. We're gonna do this 3 times. Lean all the way forward. Forward, head all the way down. And come up to a seated position. Reach up overhead. Pull that belly in super tight. Lean forward and extend. Drop your chin down. And slowly come up to seated. Last one. Reach up overhead. All the way forward. This feels good on my lower back. Chin all the way down. And then come into this position. Now we're going to roll over into the table position, which is on all fours. When we are in the all fours position, have your hands directly under your shoulders. You don't want to be like this. That's too much pressure on the front of the shoulders. So nice and solid. Knees are separated. Pull your belly in tight. You don't want to be sagging. You don't want to be like this. So we're going to be nice and flat. Your back should be like a table. We're going to press up like a cat. And then chin up and tailbone up. Ooh, I just got a little crack in my back. So chin up and tailbone up. Let your shoulders sag slightly. Press up like a cat. Stretch out that spine. Let your head hang neutral. And then last one, tailbone up and chin up. This time we're going to put our toes together and separate the knees. Slide back onto so your rear end is seated on the top of your heels. Walk your fingertips out. If you can, splay your fingertips like this. You're going to push through your shoulders. So reach out all the way like this, pressing your rear end down. I'm going to put my forehead down to the floor. Pressing through my shoulders, I'm going to take 3 deep breaths. So forehead down. Now we're going to put our hands, our palms flat. We're going to press into a downward dog. Bending through each knee slightly, stretching out the back of those legs and the back of the calves. Pushing the hips away, letting your head hang neutral. Trying to push through those heels. Drop the head. Bend the knees slightly, and you're slowly going to come up to a stand. I have to make sure I'm not hitting anything. Slowly coming up to a stand. We're going to reach up overhead, grab your left wrist, pull that up and over to the right, elongating from your armpit all the way down to that left hip. Stand up super tall, pull that belly in tight, grab your right wrist, your feet should be nice and stable. Stretch over to the opposite side. And reach up overhead. This is a fantastic way to start any day. Keeping your glutes, that whole pelvic region strong, is going to be one of your biggest keys to fall prevention and aging with strength. Strong glutes equal a strong future. I hope you're doing something fun. Get outside, breathe some fresh air, go for a walk, a hike, a bike ride, paddleboarding, canoeing. Whatever you can do, don't spend your day sitting on your rear end. Engage your rear end. Thank you for watching me today. Have an awesome day.